Hello and welcome to Casting Roles. We're a bunch of theater nerds and good friends play a little D&D. We're so happy that you've joined us. Take a moment to subscribe to the show. It takes just a click and gains our unending thanks. Drop us a like and leave us a comment for campaign 2. Our videos are uploaded here on YouTube every Friday, and we have tons of great content to explore. We're down a Jace this evening as they recover from closing night of a show and a successful run, but they'll be back next week. Without further ado, let's go ahead and start the show. Back, Star Striders. Last time you all headed off on a roundabout of side quests to explore more of what this corner of Highwall has to offer. Based on the reports of the scouts, you are digging into 3 mysteries: a disappearing village, a strange ring of stones, and a glowing cavern. Deciding to traverse to the cavern first, you all headed south from Mount Makta, finally making camp at the location marked on the scouts' crudely drawn map. Deciding to do a little exploration before the sunset, you all headed into the cavern where Ravik, the only one rocking night vision, led the journey, only to encounter some pretty dangerous mold. Retreating back to the campfire, you all rested a bit.
When you put it like that.
Yeah. Hey,
much like J.K. Rowling. Had some dangerous mold.
Don't mess with mold. Mold is dangerous. Retreating back to the campfire, you all rested a bit before night fell, and then you saw the odd fog and crystalline figures walking out of the suddenly glowing cavern. Carefully traveling in, you discovered the figures were leaving behind a path of ice in their wake, keeping the mold at bay. And as you moved deeper to explore, a hunched figure came out of a deeper recess and asked you all, "Who the fuck are you?" So, Star Striders, what would you like to do?
Bonnie raises a hand, trying to look amicable and peaceful. And let's see, I am also going to channel divinity to grant myself a +5 bonus to persuasion for the next 10 minutes.
Okay. So as you go to raise your hand, this little hunched figure who is probably shy of 5 feet tall, difficult to tell whether like a tall halfling or a very hunched human, is kind of standing behind one of those odd rock figures that you saw that was kind of like the muscles were made of rock, but the sinew that bind them together was coursing water around it. And as you raise your hand in like a peaceful motion, the rock water figure mimics your movement and also does the same. And the little halfling guy like hits it on the leg and says, "Petra, no, don't look like an idiot. Put your hand down." And Petra like slowly lowers its hand. And then he steps forward. "I asked, who the fuck are you?"
Well, we are explorers representing the lands to the east, and we have come because our scouting parties saw your friends here coming out of the cave, and I would like to can I make a persuasion roll to seem friendly? So that, like, I basically am trying to lay the groundwork for this not turning bad. Yeah,
sure. You have a +5 to persuasion, but this is a curmudgeonly old man, so you have disadvantage on all persuasion checks against him.
Just like real life when I have colored hair.
Okay, so
is there anything we can do to help to make it a straight roll?
What would Ravik be doing to help?
Oh crap. Just looking cute and innocent.
Oh, that would make it a double disadvantage.
Did Dottie come with us?
Is Dottie with Andalus?
Yeah, she's with us.
Yeah, Dottie's there.
If anybody has proficiency in persuasion, they can help.
They can help, but they like in order to
Aaron picks up Dottie. and shows that we have a chicken with us. What warlike party would take a chicken with them?
Yeah, persuasion is definitely an RP aligned skill. So okay, you pick up Dottie. Let's see if that grants you a straight roll.
Roll. Does he like chickens?
I rolled a natural one, which
He's
I think
homophobic.
in this situation implies that maybe he, seeing the chicken, is slightly distracted. You can roll a straight check.
All right.
He's not homophobic. He's an ally.
I'm adding 5 to this roll. It's like and I'm going to say, we just want to talk. So that is a 18.
18. He says, "Look, I'm not stopping you from talking, ma'am, sir, whatever. You've got to understand. I asked you a simple question. Who the fuck are you?"
Well, I'm Bonnie, and this here is Andulicite, and this is Kieran.
I'm like halfway behind you.
Yeah. And we don't want to step off of the path on account of the mold there.
Oh, no, that would be bad. It will definitely kill you.
And this is Ravik Seaborn, and this here is Lucky. And I'm gonna like with each one like gesture and point. Be awkward and smiling the whole time. You know, it's like your mom meeting somebody and trying to talk on your behalf.
He's analyzing each of you, and he kind of sees Ravik, and he says, looks like somebody already stepped off the path themselves.
It was not a good experience I had.
But do they not teach you anymore that you got to walk around with like one of these? And he like waves the wand, and some like ice particles kind of fall off the wand as he's waving it.
No, we're actually new here. You seem to know a lot about this area. Maybe you could help us out just for the night.
What exactly did I say to you that made you think I know anything about this area?
Well, the fact that you're not dead amongst all mold.
It's mold. It doesn't like cold things. That's kind of obvious.
Well, you see how lost we are here. We're
kind of new at this. Some of us, anyway.
Exactly.
Well, okay. Well, Petra.
Did just recently move into the neighborhood and are your neighbors now. So.
Oh, well, I'm not much for neighbors, but I guess there's no harm in having a conversation. Petra, make a path for them, please. And the hulking mass kind of steps forward, and everywhere it steps, you see the ice, grow in that location, and the mold kind of retreat back from it. And this kind of elemental creature walks towards you, and then there's a much more comfortable path for you all to walk to go up to the landing where this individual is. And as soon as he told Petra to go, he turned and with his vials of mold and headed back deeper into the cave where the light was coming from.
Now that we're closer, can I tell if he's like a gnome or a halfling? Or
he's definitely not a gnome. It's difficult to tell based on just his general size and perspective of whether he's human, just a very small human, or whether he's a taller halfling, but he's not gnomish.
And what is your name, sir? And where do you?
Oh, he left the chamber. Sorry,
we gotta.
Yeah,
we gotta like.
Let's follow Petra.
Yeah, so you follow Petra. Yeah, and Petra kind of lumbers ahead of you for a moment, and then gets back up onto the ledge and like curls down onto the ledge for a second and just sits there, and then you walk past into the chamber, and suddenly like you walk through a chamber door, and all of the cold in the room kind of fades a little bit, and you can tell that there's some kind of magical barrier here that's keeping the mold away from this space. And inside, it's a toasty, warm space. There's a fire going. You can smell stew cooking over the fire. There's fresh herbs hanging everywhere. Tea is poured into a fresh steaming pot and steeping in the corner. And this kind of hunched over figure is kind of lumbering around, and he says, well, I guess what's the polite thing that you're supposed to do when you have guests? You're supposed to provide them with meals. Litho, where's the cups? And you see another kind of similar creature, but this one more like tall, and the rocks more gangly than Petra's were. And it reaches up towards a high cabinet and brings down this tray that has a few cups on it, very dusty. And he, not thinking about it, just kind of like waves a hand, and you see like a wave of magic fly across the cups, and they're all suddenly pristine and clean. And then he pours tea into each one of them. He says, I'm not exactly sure what your constitutions are, but this is mushroom tea. It's quite medicinal and delicious. But take of your own free will, of course. There's honey, I think, somewhere if you need sweeteners, but that's for the softer palates, I suppose. And then he walks over to a very large chair and climbs up into it and sits down with his own steaming mug, and then just stares at all of you.
You said a very large chair.
Yes.
No, this is Rob asking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Is it the only oversized thing in here? Like, I guess what I'm asking is, does it look like he is the original inhabitant of this space, or he found this space and has taken over?
What it looks like is that if you can imagine that the hunch that he has is a product of very great old age. And when he purchased all the furniture and everything in this space, it was for a man who was much more straight and hardy and hale, and that over time he has shrunken, but the furniture has stayed the same size.
Okay, thank you. Atwood?
Well, this is just so hospitality of you. I appreciate it so much. This tea, I'm going to take a sip, and can I make a roll to see if I can tell what brand it is or what kind it is?
Yeah. While you're rolling, he says, I think that the word you're looking for is hospitality.
That's right. Yes, hospitality, of course. What role would that be? Nature?
Nature. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, 16.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell. It is definitely a mixture of many different types of mushrooms. But you're probably familiar enough that there's a little shiitake and enoki in here, but a few others that you're not familiar with, which may just be because they're from this region or unique to this region.
Okay, I'll name off 2 or 3 of the notes that I'm getting. It's giving a kind of earthy note. I'm picking up some shiitake, some portobello, maybe even a touch of sandalwood in there. But that's probably a note from a mushroom I'm not familiar with.
I feel like if you ate sandalwood, you would probably be shitting yourself, and that's not a good thing to do in present company.
I'm
but
just speaking of tasting notes, sir.
Oh,
but,
I don't know. I scraped them off the wall and just threw them into the pot. Thankfully, none of them were poisonous, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay.
do I need to roll?
No, because he's already drank some too, so he's yeah.
Shades of Bonnie's seafood allergy, flashbacks.
He says, I grow them over there, but I kind of just let them do what they're going to do. And he makes a reference, and you see beyond his little protective bubble, there's several little offshoot caverns. And one is just overflowing with rotted vegetation and large fungus and mushrooms growing out of it. And you can see that there's kind of a shaft of moonlight that's higher up in that chamber, so that it's getting a little bit of light, but it's still dark and damp in there.
Well, that's just picturesque over there. I simply love what you've done with the place.
Yes, I just shovel the shit in the corner and the things grow out of it.
This tea reminds me of one of my older daughters, Giselle. She works for a import-export business over in Broadfield, and it just makes me think of her. And I'm going to take another sip and smile.
Is Broadfield over by where the dwarves live?
No, I don't. No, different continent.
Oh, deeply apologize that you made your way all the way here.
Oh no, we're here exploring. We're part of a survey team.
Oh, and you're surveying my cavern for any particular reason?
Well, one of our scouting parties saw your constructs walk out of it and listed it as being of note, so we wanted to check and investigate.
And that required a warrantless search of the property?
We
you
just
invited us in.
Yes, but when there's 5 people staring down a very defenseless old man, it's just easier to go along with what you're asking.
part of our duty here is also to investigate any potential hazards, and there was no sign in front of the cave with the potentially lethal spores in it. So we wanted to make sure that no one else from our party ended up like my dear friend Ravik here did.
Well, a security system is only good if it's not advertised appropriately.
Understood. Would a simple warning in front of your cave be sufficient?
Oh, no, I would prefer that you didn't. There are dangerous things that work through these mountains, and if they're going to make their way into the cave, I would like the mold to take care of them before I have to deal with them.
Oh no, just a leave me the hell alone sign, not a warning hazardous spores.
Oh.
Exactly.
Perhaps we can discuss.
My mentor has one of those.
Yes. Was there something interesting about the cavern that drew your attention beyond the fact that there were things coming out of it?
It glowed at night.
Yes, well, the planes have the tendency to have that effect on the mortal world. And he kind of just looks around, and you see he reaches over and grabs this pair of goggles and puts them on his head. And then he's kind of looking around at everything, and he stops and stares at you, Ravik.
Anything I can help you with?
Little touch of the outer planes here, don't we have you on?
That might be true. How exactly would you know that?
Oh, so it's kind of my speciality.
Oh, what exactly is your specialty?
What did I just say?
You could just identify individuals who've traveled to different planes?
Oh, no. I mean, if you travel to the plains, there's a little bit of a stench that sticks to you for a little while, I suppose, but it eventually wears off. The mortal plane has a tendency to wash away some things from the outer planes, but, you didn't just travel to the outer planes now, did you? Or sorry, the inner planes now, did you?
That may be true. I've dabbled with some individuals who originated from the plane of water.
Yes, dabbling, diddling. You have to be very careful. You might catch something.
Now, sir.
He does a lot of that.
Talk about it.
Oh, sorry.
And do aside. Thank you.
Wait, I'm sorry.
I can handle this.
Well, sometimes when you mess with the inner planes, they're always just looking for a... I don't know, a weak connection. And when they find it, they latch on quite closely, and it just opens doors for them. Some of us take advantage of those doors, and he kind of points at Litho and Petra. He's like, inviting friends. And some do not. Now, all of you have at least a cursory knowledge of the outer planes. Neither Litho or Petra look like traditional elementals, mostly because they don't, like, a rock elemental looks like a rock elemental, a water elemental looks like a water elemental. These are not that. Yeah.
How did you come across your friends here?
How did I come across my friends here?
Yes, how did...
I mean, I may not be a wizard, but I do have enough magic to open a doorway or a path and invite something in. And a little mote of inspiration here, a little kernel of knowledge there, and you can mash things together and create quite wonderful things. You'd be really surprised how chaos likes to feed on itself, regardless of where the energy might originate.
Have you ever been to the Astral Sea?
How rude of me.
Sorry, I've only ever traveled to the inner planes. Mm-hmm.
How rude of me. I forgot to ask your name, sir.
Oh, what is my name? It is a pleasure. I don't think anybody's asked my name. And let's see. When did the veil fall?
It's been that long.
Oh, no, I was born during the veil times. Let's say no one's really asked my name in about 30 years, I suppose. My name is Artelio Abernatharin.
Bonnie will shake his hand. It's a pleasure to meet you. Would you prefer Artelio or Mr. Abernatharin?
Abernatharin.
Excuse me, Abernatharin.
There's a little trill in your voice. It's Abernatharin.
Abernatharin?
That's better. You can just call me Artelio.
Yes, Artelio. Thank you so much. And if, I guess, like, I know you're not too neighborly, but if you ever do need anything, feel free to come up to our facility, and I'll give general directions to find where we're located.
He slides the goggles that he put on off of his head, and he says, I have not really needed anything from other people for quite some time, and I don't think I'll be needing anything from any of you. But feel free to visit if you like. Stay away from the mold. It will eat you.
Yes, we've definitely learned our lesson.
Mr. Artelio,
Some of us more so than others.
True. Just curious, Mr. Artelio, how do you spend your time up here if you're all alone? What keeps a interesting gentleman like you occupied?
Well, I just said that I hadn't spoken to people in quite some time. I'm not alone. And he looks at the two not constructs, elementals around him, and then he looks around, and you see like two smaller ones appear, just like about the same size as Dottie, like very small little elementals kind of running around. And he says, we have our own family in a certain way, and keep ourselves company, but there's too much to do, too much work to do to waste time faffing about with people. People just get in the way of the work that must be done.
I wonder if, Kieran, maybe your pet elementals related to some of these little guys here.
Oh yeah, show him Rodney. What do you think of Rodney?
He kind of gets off of his chair and kind of walks over. What the fuck are those eyes that you put on it?
Well, in talking to him, I wanted to talk to his front, but he didn't have a front. So
Does he have an ass?
I would assume so.
How do you know you didn't put the eyes on his ass?
Well, I've heard of people talking out their ass, so it wouldn't be the first time that would happen.
I like you. He kind of sidles back and puts his goggles on, and he's like looking at you holding Rodney. I just get the impression that there was something about my cavern that drew your attention in particular. You already said that a scouting party came by and they didn't stop to say hello. What made this worth your attention?
Well, our scouting party scouts, but we're the one who actually investigates. So they make note. They're not quite as adventurous as us, but good at woodland stuff, being out in the wilds, survival. So they make notes of interesting things. Like there's another thing that we're going to go investigate, which is a ring of stone. So
not far from here at a lake?
Yes.
Yes, just so.
Oh, quite interesting. You are also interested in planar travel, then, I see.
Oh, so it goes to different planes.
Perhaps. It definitely has some energy from one.
Would it be the realm of Fae by any chance?
Oh, no. But there's far more of that around here than there used to be.
Yes, we had a run-in with a Prince of Frost.
I'm not quite familiar. I don't tend to mess around with the Fae or the Shadowfell. They're so locked into their fickle natures. The elemental planes are far more predictable, even though they are still quite chaotic.
I've never been to an elemental plane, but I agree, because the Prince of Frost we met was confusing and disruptive.
Well, he is Fae, that is his job.
He's predictable in his unpredictableness.
Yes, you never understand that he might be making a decision that goes against whatever you thought his decision might be.
So it sounds like you're very familiar with the elemental planes.
Yes. That is my specialty. I thought we already covered that.
Yes, and you were able to pick up on the fact that I may have a bit of a connection to the plane of water. Just wondering if do you know of any maybe powerful beings or lords from these different planes?
Oh, I think that it is always smart when you're dealing with something that you are not quite familiar with to not open doors that you are not sure quite how to close. I open very small peaks into the Astro's plane, or to the elemental planes, just enough to allow the family to come through. They get too far out of the cavern, they kind of reverse back into their energy and flow back into the plane, but then they come back out.
Yes, we observed that happening. We weren't quite sure what we were looking at.
I'm rolling an insight check because this man has very high insight. He thinks that there's a reason that you're here that has nothing to do, right? Like,
Sure.
and because Bonnie is specifically talking about like the thing, like you guys have talked about the figures that you've seen, because you had the conversation that it was about, like maybe it was an aether thing, right? He's rolling an insight to see if he can pick up on that there's more to what you're looking for here than just checking out a random occurrence. If you do not agree that that's what your intentions were, then you do not have to roll a deception here. But if you think that it was, then you guys can roll a deception.
I'm not going to speak for other characters, but Bonnie definitely is specifically here because of the crystalline entities.
Right, because they reminded you of the Aether hulks. Yeah. So Bonnie can roll a deception check.
Let's see. Hang on a second. Yeah. Okay. 17.
Okay. He kind of looks at you, Bonnie, when you ask. Quite interested in the crystalline figures, are you?
Yes. Well, they reminded us of something else that we saw elsewhere.
Would you like to provide a little more detail?
What? And this is Bonnie not being a magically inclined person. It's the aether something or another. What was the material we found up at the university?
The aether dust?
Yes, just so.
You called aether dust. Someone with a language that's appropriate. Can you describe what it is?
Oh, here's a mile of it.
He kind of he looks at it.
I look at you with such a look.
Yeah, Lucky's not here too, but I'm sure Lucky is looking at you.
Yeah, me and Lucky look at you with such a
Somewhere
look.
Jace is censoring that Rob has just done something chaotic.
Yeah.
He's just going, why? Why would you do that?
He looks at it, he says, messing around with the ley lines, are we?
Oh, well, this is not even our forte here. Let's just put this away. This is really...
No, I put it away already.
It was something there was a very high-powered wizard. She's a wizard, right? There's a very high-powered wizard who made constructs to aid her and task around. So it was a similar thing. That's why Bonnie's thinking of it.
Make a deception
and we
check.
don't actually know much about the ley lines because none of us are wizards. So we
Not
weren't
the
even
ley
aware
lines,
that
the constructs. We're talking about the constructs and the ley lines are two completely separate things.
Make a deception check, Andalus.
Well, I thought I was being serious.
Are you? Because are you
separate?
talking about the crystalline constructs? Or you're talking about the
saying
aether.
what powers them is different. But she made the constructs herself, right? And
not the aether. The aether hulks were born out of the aether.
Oh, we're
haze.
talking about the aether husk. I thought we were talking about the crystal things.
No, yeah.
Oh, well, no, then I don't have any dog in this fight.
Okay, yeah.
Well, would Andalus make that mistake? And that's what they're saying.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'll say that Bonnie was. I'm trying to. You know what, Josh? I will roll deception because I'm trying to deflect it back to the crystal.
I agree,
I am trying to.
That's what I thought you were doing. It's like, oh no, Bonnie just misspoke.
No, it's two separate things, two separate ideas, but the same. Hey, so I rolled a 2. How does that vote
and
for me?
roll an insight check, Andalus.
Okay. I rolled 2 because I have bad deception. I'm clearly nervous and trying to change the subject. And inside I got I think I have something insight. Yeah, I got 15.
Okay, so you failed the deception. He knows that you're lying to him about something,
Yes.
but you can tell that like his line of questioning is less he's looking for information from you and more can he trust you?
Yes, totally.
And so he kind of like leans back when he realizes that you're lying about that. Well, I'm afraid I don't know anything about any Aether or leyline problems. Aether, you said that was correct? Yes.
Absolutely. What's this about ley lines? I mean, I know that there are ley lines.
Oh, did you?
Some places.
Did somebody say something about ley lines?
Well, when we were at the place with the constructs, it was our understanding that that site was chosen because it was near a ley line.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't know. I'm afraid I don't know anything about ley lines.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Even Bonnie at this point would
Yeah.
roll an insight check.
Yeah. Well, the fact that you specifically mentioned ley lines.
I don't know what you're talking
Natural
about.
20, which is a 19.
Yeah, like, so he was fishing for you all. He was fishing to see if you all could trust him or if he could trust you. And it's clear that he knows more, but he doesn't want to tell you more.
Andalusite just threw him off in this
But
last
Andalusite threw him off because Andalusite lied. And so now you get this sense, Bonnie, that like he was searching for could he trust you because there's something that he would divulge, but now he's not sure he can trust you, so he's not willing to divulge that. So he's obviously obfuscating. He's obviously like lying, but it's just to like throw off any attention. Yeah.
Okay.
And with,
That was Bonnie's roll. So
Robinson's one
go ahead. That was Bonnie's roll. Yeah.
So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to build up trust with our friend here. And I'm going to definitely lean on the privacy aspect of it. To this, I'm trying to appeal to his desire for isolation and to be left alone. And that's what I'm trying to appeal to moving forward. Whether this plays out well in the RP is something else, but Bonnie's better at this than Atwood is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it my best, and then I'm gonna make a persuasion roll.
Okay.
And I still have that +5 cooking, and I kind of want to use that one more time before it burns out. And I'll take another sip of the tea while I'm doing this. Well, I feel like any good relationship and sense of cooperation is ultimately founded in trust. And I certainly don't want to leave anything unsaid or unspoken, but I also want to let my superiors know the most that I possibly can pass along to them. And you've already been just so very helpful, but if there was any additional information that you might be able to tell us, I would be able to just put a big green check mark here so that you're not visited again and people leave you to harvest your spores and mushrooms in peace.
He kind of leans back in his chair. Interesting that you talk about trust. All you had to do is answer a question honestly.
I blame my own ignorance for that more than anything else. I'm not much of a spellcaster. All this talk of ley lines and of aether dust, I'll tell you, half the time it just goes right over my head. And I need all of these gentlemen and madams to keep me just straight sometimes, because I'm not the young hare I used to be, so I get confused once in a while.
You can roll a precision check and add your +5 to it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's a 19.
Okay. Good. So he kind of, you can see like his overall kind of body structure softens a little bit. He says, well, then if you would like to operate from a place of trust, you would like to get the information that you need, I'll ask the question again. What did you see that made you think that these crystal structures were important?
And I would like to use everybody else's expertise and knowledge on this to just have like a joint
What was
answer.
reported back to us?
Where we
about
from
the-
these type of creatures don't exist. So there's something that's unique that we haven't seen before. And as we are to find new things as part of this exploration of this continent that's been shut off by the Veil for 250 years or however long it was, I'm not very familiar with the history of this world. It's something new. What is it? Is it a threat? Is it something that is amazing?
He kind of rises up and comes out of his chair and like grabs a stick next to his chair and kind of pulls himself up. Well then, if it will get you out of your hair faster, follow me. And he begins to walk to the back of the chamber to an exit out of this chamber that seems to like wind up into the mountain a little bit. And he just takes off without you. He's not waiting for you to see if you follow.
All right, follow.
Like hot foot after him.
Yeah. And he leads you up kind of like this cavern that gently rises up into the mountain a little bit and then opens up in a cavern face on the back side of the mountain. And he's like looking down at this valley. It's a space where like three of the mountain peaks kind of all meet to form this very jagged like valley ridge in the center. And he says, well, perhaps you then can tell me what I'm looking at here. And he waves a hand, and you see like as he waves it, this magical sigil appears in the air, and he grabs a piece of it and tears one of the runes out and then throws it to the side. And you see this like fading image over the valley goes away. And there is a roiling cloud of aether haze at the base of the valley.
Oh, that's not good.
That certainly looks like aether that we've been encountering.
And you're calling it aether?
That's
That's
the word
what
I
one of our new friends on the continent has been calling it. They've found a good source of it, and I guess they were curious just as you are.
I can tell you what the source is.
Yes,
By all
please.
means, please do.
He takes the goggles off his head and hands them to you, Robert.
Okay, I'll slip them on.
Okay. One, I need you to make a what would be the appropriate roll for awe and wonder? Make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom save. Okay, hold on.
My God, it's full of stars.
We didn't know Robin was colorblind. He's colorblind, and now he's seeing color.
It's like Jordy's
Space
visor.
between-
Yeah.
Okay. Wisdom. Okay.
And he takes another pair out of his pocket and puts them on. So he's wearing them too.
Okay, 17 on the dice, so 21.
Okay. All right. So you are successful. So you are looking at, I mean, it's nighttime. The stars are wild here because there's no competing lights or anything. Very much like when you are out on the open seas and the stars spread above you. The moon is here is beautiful. But the illusion is gone, and there's that not sickly, it's beautiful, bluish purple fog of the aether kind of roiling in the heart of the valley. But the moment you put on the glasses, a It's kind of like if I could give you the ability to see infrared or ultraviolet, right? Like there's a whole world of the visual spectrum beyond what your human eyes, or in this case, your half-elven eyes, are capable of seeing. And even kind of like in the way that Ravik can see in the dark and none of his allies can. This has now opened up a realm of vision for you that you didn't have before. And plunging into the heart of this valley, you see two lines that are arcing beautifully up into the air and are plunging down into the valley. And you get the sense that it's like a waterfall that is not able to have an escape. And so these lines are flying through the air. They're tangling up on each other as they approach the valley floor. And then they're just kind of exploding on the valley floor. And you see all of the energy from those lines is just washing into the valley and slowly kind of like a liquid ebbing and flowing until it evaporates and condenses. And you see like the aether haze is rising off of that condensed like thing. So it's cooling enough that it's passing into your visual spectrum normally. But around each of those lines, you see small, like jagged slivers in the air. And every now and then one will like pulse. Like it's slowly kind of getting longer or deeper or wider.
What exactly am I looking at here?
Well,
I describe everything that I see.
I think as somebody who's magical, you've probably seen an echo of those before. Those are ley lines, of course. They used to be in the earth, but something happened, right before the fog disappeared or the veil pulled back, that they're now circling the planet more than they're in it. They're trying to dive back through that. And he releases a gust of air that kind of blows down the side of the mountain, and it pushes the heavy fog of a fog machine kind of slowly kind of slides away. And before it comes back into position, Ravik, what you see is a larger jagged tear that's in the mountain, and it looks like the ley lines are trying to dive into it, but they're just like splashing against that jagged tear, and that's what's causing them to like splash outward. It says, for some reason, those are return portals to the Feywild. They are quite closed. And without the ability for the ley lines to travel back through there, the magic has nowhere to go. So it just plunges out into the valley here. I assume that must be happening elsewhere too.
So this aether dust is just magical ley line energy that can't return?
Well,
complete the cycle?
I know that what I see is the ley line is not able to go through that portal because that portal is closed. And then the aether, you call it aether haze, is there. That makes sense. But the problem is that they're causing friction in the planar bindings. The other openings that you see there, around the ley lines, those aren't Fey portals. He kind of looks at one. He says, I think that one's to the plane of air. Those two over there, the plane of earth. That one there is a little more terrifying.
You're opening portals to other planes?
I don't think it's intentional. I think that it's just the... when a flood passes through and washes away an area, if the water was able to travel peacefully as it always had, nothing would be of concern. But when the flash comes through, it destroys the banks. It destroys its typical area of traversal. And I think that the ley lines are causing weakenings in the material plane and allowing the inner planes, and at least it seems in some cases the outer planes, easier access to our realm.
Oh. Wow. That's not a good thing at all.
So when we make bargains and deals with water entities from the water plane, we carry around with us a zipper. Don't get too close to ley lines.
That's
Do you
good
think that we
advice.
could close these openings somehow? I mean,
Oh, that's
He's
what I
saying
say.
if
I don't have
he's
time
saying
to
if-
deal with people because this is what I do. I keep
He's
an
saying
eye
if-
on the
yeah,
portals.
And if you get close to one, you're a potential opening.
Yes, if you get close to
That's what
a
he's
portal of water, you could potentially open it more than you intend.
Is there
Well,
any
that's
way we
why-
can help?
I'm asking if I live most of my life on the water. If there's a plane opening and I somehow am going to affect it, is there a way that I can reverse the effects or close it?
Well, let me ask you this. Would it be a good idea for your friend to travel here?
The word friend is a very strong assumption, but I would say
Bedfellow?
no, not at all.
More like Dreadfellow.
Dreadfellow. Well, then it would be quite quite bad, I think, then, if you were near a ley line and you happened to stumble across a water portal. You could potentially open it and allow your friend, your Dreadfellow, to come here.
That's not at all what I would want to do.
And you would like to prevent that?
Absolutely. Just exactly what I'm asking. Is there a way to close those openings or prevent them from being open further?
Well, I know very little magic, but the magic that I do know is geared towards this. I'm here guarding this ley line. I assume your wizard friend has probably already discovered the same problem at the one that she was guarding. Your best bet would be just avoidance, I think. Can you see portals?
No.
I confess that I cannot.
Oh.
We only saw the Fey ones because they're a little more obvious.
The Fae want you to see them. And he says, he looks at you, Ravik, and he says, the Fae want you to see those. And then he points over to the hill, and you just see like 3 like small pools of water like floating on the side of the hill. And he takes his hand and lifts up your goggles, and they vanish. He says, some of them they don't want you to see.
Do you think maybe we could hold on to those if we're supposed to avoid them? My best way to do that would be if we could see them, right?
No, it's quite valuable. I only have 2 pair.
Oh, well, perhaps there's a favor we could do for you in exchange.
Or if there was any other way to detect them if we didn't have a set of the goggles.
I don't know. Are any of you powerful in the realm of magic?
Well, we got a couple of us here.
Not like
else.
super
Absolutely
powerful, but
Probably not
like
that.
A little,
We all turned to
little
look
bit.
at Lucky.
Lucky's
hey,
like,
I have magic too. Why
Lucky's
is no
not,
one looking
yeah.
at me?
Dulicite and myself, we have some magical ability.
he kind of looks, he says, well, I would be happy to part with 1 pair of the goggles.
Or
That's
maybe
great.
plans to make more. We have other members of our expedition that dabble in the artifice
Well,
ways.
These goggles are. So, we were being cagey earlier because, as you know, the aether dust is very powerful.
I don't know anything about the aether dust. I stay away from the haze.
Okay.
You're saying
you
if I
were
go into the haze, I'll find some of that dust?
I look to the others and I'm like, if you were to find the dust, maybe or maybe not, it's super powerful. But maybe we don't want everyone to have goggles with which to find it.
Yes, I don't want my my unique design to be out there for the whole world to see.
It's a very valid concern.
So the
So
second
we'll keep
pair.
your secret, you keep ours.
Yes. So the second pair.
And I'll
The
take that
prize.
vial of the dust that you showed me.
I look at Kieran with such sadness in my eyes.
We should have never brought up the dust. Can we ask?
But between everyone, we know that the dust only lasts for a week. Like
Yeah.
player character
Like, we're not
versus
certain. We just know that it's losing its
we know.
potency.
Yeah, the dust loses potency over
I'll-
time.
Give us one moment to chat amongst ourselves.
Okay.
Well, I want to ask, what exactly would you want to do with the dust? With your work?
Oh, the first thing that I always do with a new ingredient is taste it.
Oh. We're not eating the stuff. I don't think that's a good idea.
Lucky kind of turns. away.
The dust may make you incredibly high. I don't know, like out of body experience, kind of.
Mushrooms do the same thing.
I look at Bonnie, who's been
So we're
drinking
dealing with
so much of the
professional
mushroom tea.
So we should be fine.
Yeah, if you're just gonna use it to experience a out of body moment, then
It's great for that.
from what I hear, yeah. But this stuff can be pretty dangerous, which, like Angelusat was saying, that's why we were being a little bit tight-lipped about it. Just like you don't want your invention to get out. We don't want this ether dust stuff to necessarily become common knowledge to where every mage is blowing off limbs and blowing up cities.
They're capable of doing that without any of your help, I think. But I don't talk to anybody, so if you say that it loses its potency with time, I probably won't see anybody in the time that it is potent.
Sure.
As long as you don't send anyone here to explore my cavern.
Now that we know you're here, we'll leave you alone.
Can we
We'll
insight
put up
check
a
and see
sign
how?
outside that says, leave.
Yes, what would
Trespassers
you like?
not
Insight.
welcome.
What
You
would you
can
like to
insight
Insight
sign?
check
Robert.
and see how honest he is.
Yeah, you can insight check, Robert.
About if he's got any like shady side projects, maybe he's trying to keep away from us, or all right. Oh man. Ooh, what is my insight? That's a 13 on the dice. Hold on.
That's not bad. You always go, oh, and I'm like, oh, he rolled a 3. And then you're like, I rolled a 17 and a half.
Oh, I
I'm
rolled
like,
some
what?
threes now. I do roll some threes. 17.
You plus
That's
4 to
what I'm
insight. Okay. Yeah. I mean, he seems like he's being truthful to you. Yeah.
Okay. Group huddle.
He puts his goggles back on and like looks back over to the mountain while you guys huddle up.
Scooby-Doo huddle.
Okay.
Is it
I
worth
say
us
we
to
give him-
repair those goggles?
You're the ones that looked through them. Are
The
they worth
goggles
that
are-
much?
The goggles are.
You still
really
have the
important.
goggles. You could show them what you're seeing, Robert.
Oh yeah, here, take a look.
No,
They-
this is
out there.
this is more than just this. We could use this for so much.
It's true. I mean, it's true.
And the ether dust loses its potency, and B, with him having this down the hill, he can get it if he wants it anyway. So
Yeah.
we're not
He
really giving
doesn't go near the
anything.
haze.
Well, if he decided he wanted to because he was that curious, there's nothing to stop him.
And there is only going to be more of this stuff if we don't take advantage of the goggles and try to figure out what's going on.
And I, for one, would appreciate not stepping into a Fey portal just because I couldn't see it.
Or having your big bad guy show up here.
Yeah, I don't want to be responsible for accidentally opening up a water plane portal and inviting my associates.
Who's wearing the
over.
goggles right now?
Ravik, I believe.
Did Robert
I
hand them
have
off to you
them
already?
Here, take a look. I mean,
I'm
do
sure. Nope,
Here.
I'm good. I give them to Bonnie. Or Bonnie,
Okay.
you check.
Oh God, Bonnie, make a wisdom saving throw.
she needs to learn more.
Yeah.
Bonnie, take a look at this. See what you see.
Bonnie, make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, okay. 21.
Okay. Yeah. So you see the same thing you see the ley lines, and this is the first time like
It's
Bonnie's
like a
really
kaleidoscope.
seen them, because mostly only arcane casters have access to like the occasional glint of catching them out of the corner of their eye. So you're seeing them for the first time, and but you're also seeing those little tears, those little jagged tears around the ley lines. Like it's not the whole ley line doesn't have them. It's just in that friction point of where right before it hits the portal it's trying to go into, it's like causing a reverb effect, and these tears are opening up around those portals. But what you also do see is like a thin moat of energy is appearing out of nowhere, kind of up above Ravik somewhere, and is just kind of coursing down and hitting the top of his shoulder. And you can see the energy traveling through that tattoo on his arm pretty consistently. But when you're not wearing the goggles, it just looks like a standard magical tattoo.
So the moat of energy. Bonnie's going to try to touch it.
Okay, you reach out to touch it, and like nothing happens. It's like it is extra. It's kind of like extra planar energy, right?
There's like a thing over here that's like touching your arm.
Like a spider web or something? Is it? Oh God, I can't stand those spiders.
No, it's like glowing.
It's glowing.
Here, look. I'm gonna pass the goggles to Ravik.
And Ravik, you put them back on. You kind of look over your shoulder, and every now and then there's just like this like thin moat of energy that's kind of coursing down and touching your shoulder, and you understand or get the sense that that's how Artelio knew that you were getting energy from another plane.
Oh. And my tattoo specifically from
your
enhancement, right?
Your enhancement, yeah, that's your
we got
warlock enhancement, yeah.
Was that from the ceremony on the mountaintop?
No, the tattoo is it's that bracelet that you had. That's the whatever that is, the sigil that the sigil of the covenant or the sigil of the pact or whatever it's called. Yep.
Okay. So you were able to see the energy from the plane of water that I may be receiving. I say to our little friend.
Oh yeah, he's like, oh, am I back in the conversation now?
Well, we appreciate your patience.
Artelio.
Artelio,
Mr.
yes.
Artelio, that we have a deal.
Okay.
We're willing to give you a vial of the dust in exchange for your proprietary invention here.
He kind of reaches out and holds the dust in his hand.
And both parties agree not to share this with other people.
He puts it in like an inner pocket in his cloak.
Can I ask you one more question, too?
All I have is time.
Is your mold proprietary?
My mold?
Yeah, this mold. That's like I'm like pointing at the dangerous mold.
Oh, that you have in the vial. And he's like, oh no, that's just quite dangerous mold. It grows all over the place. They teach you about it in school, don't they?
I didn't go to school. I don't think so, at least.
I've heard about it in passing. Really.
I'm not around these parts.
Education these days. All right, well, so it's a survival technique in these parts. But just a note about the glasses. They probably only have about an hour's worth of charge per day, so you want to make sure that you use them sparingly. They activate when you put them on, and then when you take them off, they'll kind of go into a restful phase. If they were to burn through the entire hour, it would take them a few days to recharge.
Was there a way to speed up their recharging by magical or other energy means?
Not that I know of, but I'm also very careful about not using them too much. Like I said, they're my own invention. I just kind of bucked about. If you find somebody who is a skilled artificer, they may be able to look into it a little bit closer and find errors or mistakes that I made in the process.
Well, we appreciate that. Yeah. Is there anything else that you would be able to share? Any wisdom about the tears to the plains, or?
Well, they are right now. They're staying closed for the most part. Small bits of energies coming through. But it's kind of like, I don't know if you've ever thought about a way a volcano just suddenly erupts. We think that it's sudden, but it's something that was building up over who knows how long. So right now it all looks quiet, but maybe it goes at any time. Or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a comforting thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, very comforting. Well, is there anything else that we could help you with? I mean, we appreciate you, your hospitality here. How do I heal from the mold exposure?
It will wear off eventually. You just need to get some sleep.
Dang it. Okay, all right. So I'm down almost single digits.
The old-fashioned way of healing.
Good rest.
A friend of mine once said that time heals all wounds.
Oh, well.
But
except
not
decapitation.
Oh, I was going to say broken heart, but decapitation probably fits too.
Team, is there anything else that we need to address? What are his constructs doing when they go out besides just like?
They get to a certain point, like where the fog ends. They kind of like fall apart. But he's saying that the energy of them like then goes back into their plane, and then they just come back out of the plane again.
Why would they do that? I guess that's like, why would they just?
Are you asking him?
Out? Yeah, I am.
Oh, well, Petra and Litho are... Well, they're not constructs. I think you've said that a couple times. They are elementals, but they are... Petra is very much not a single elemental. Neither is Litho. They are the union of two elementals that should not merge and have decided to.
Oh.
One from the plane of water and one from the plane of earth.
Oh.
But their union is quite... It falls apart quite easily. They must stay close within the protective shell of the chamber. If they go too far out, they're unable to hold.
Well, that's sad. Well, what type of protection magic is this? I noticed the mold does not try to come into your chamber to absorb the heat.
No, it's only... I learned magic through survival, so I found the things that could protect us the most. It's a simple modification of a hut spell.
Well, that's interesting.
It's unfortunately, I think that the benefit of a normal hut spell is that you can cast it anywhere. This was, once it's cast, I can't move it.
No, it just gives you like your own little sanctuary. That's nice.
Yes.
I'm good if you guys are good.
Yeah, I think we've kind of...
Is Andalus wearing their...
Like, glamour?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glamored.
Okay.
Which I also assumed didn't make him feel good about me either.
I figured you. Well, so the glasses do not show through illusion. So even if you're wearing the glasses, it doesn't reveal Andalus's true form.
Yeah,
it does seem like it's purely geared towards just extraplanar, seeing extraplanar stuff. Yeah.
Bonnie will politely bring the whole thing to a conclusion and finish it up with, and what would you like your sign to say?
Go the fuck away.
Can do.
Are you okay with writing something that crass, Miss Bonnie?
Yes, of course.
Do you need me to spell it for you?
No, I can manage.
It's crude but effective.
Like mold.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, I'll when we leave, I will take time using like some of the repair lumber from the cart. No, actually, it's on a cave face, right?
So like the cave entrance, are you putting it at the cave entrance?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you guys are going to have to leave through here and climb back up out of the cave to put it on the outside. Yep. Let's see.
Yeah, it's just going to be it with like, I guess I'll
whitewash.
Use some whitewash from the wagon, just like have it just say, "Go the fuck aways," and I'll have his name at the bottom of it. It's like,
as you're leaving, as you're passing through the barrier, you just hear like this like clap as he like claps his hands, and this like spell energy kind of washes through the chamber a little bit, and then he just kind of waves goodbye to each of you, and then as you leave, and you set up the chamber.
Interesting little.
Can I add to the sign the word "please" at the bottom?
Go the fuck away, please. Let's see, Andalus, go ahead and make a perception check for me, please.
Interesting. What if I rolled? Oh, that's good. Okay. I got it at 11.
Okay. So as you are kind of getting back to the cart, or getting back to the campground spot where you guys had built the fire before, you suddenly feel like this like weight in your pocket, and like you reach it and take it out, and there's a small stone, and it has it's carved words in it, and you get the sense this might have been part of like the spell he cast as you guys were leaving, and it just says, "They talk more than you think they do."
Interesting.
Don't know. Yeah. What message he's sending you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Interesting. I keep it for now.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Anything else you guys are doing before you bed down for an evening, or are you going to go back to the cart to sleep?
Back to the cart, I think.
Okay. Yeah, it's easy enough for you guys to travel back down, stamping out your fire, making your way back down to the mountain, down to the mountain, to that little like plain before the mountain, and you can set up a little camp spot next to the cart. And
rotating watch.
Yeah. So what we'll do is, this is a relatively safe spot. So whoever takes first watch, if they succeed the watch DC by 5, then the whole night's fine. If it's not by 5, then the second watch will have an opportunity. So who's going to take first watch?
Perception check.
Perception
Before
check.
we
go ahead. Yeah, Robert.
Bed down and take watch. I'm going to, in an attempt to appease our new little Sphinx friend, I'm gonna present to him his new pairs. It's a very important job, Enigma, and I'm trusting you. This is showing you how much I'm putting my safety.
Ravik, are you trying to belittle me?
No, I'm being serious now. I'm going to give you.
Is this patronizing?
No, this is an important job, Enigma.
Or is it because you just don't want to carry them yourself?
No, because I trust you. And
That's
I want
dumb.
you to know that. Well, you know what? I'm not going to do it then.
I'll take them. And he grabs as you're going to put them. He kind of like his paw comes out and he snaps the collar. He's like, well,
I just wanted you to feel like part of the team. You know, you're the newer person or being, and I wanted you to know how important your presence is here.
so you're giving me the magic goggles so that I can keep a watch out for you?
Yes. Me and the whole team.
He kind of slides them down over his eyes.
I'm sure you were listening in. This is very important, okay?
You left Enigma at the campfire. He doesn't know what they're for.
I'll explain what they are, why they're important. The importance of the...
You don't want to wear them continuously.
Yeah, I explained all that to him. And
he pushes them back up onto his forehead.
Yes, so just hold on to them. And every once in a while, no more than an hour total a day, just make sure you're keeping an eye out for us, all right? We wouldn't want you to get sucked into the plane of water riding around on my back.
Well, I've got the goggles, and I think that I would be okay. I think that you'd be the one that gets sucked into the plane of water.
Well, if I'm getting sucked in by a magical tidal wave, trust me, I'm grabbing anything that's close to me.
His wings pop out, and he like blinks for a second, and you just see like his ability to rewind time almost happens, and he's suddenly 5 feet away from you, like flying in the air.
Oh, well, I'm glad to know you can save yourself.
Well, I could have done it for you too, but you were being petulant.
I just gave you a very important gift, Enigma. You know, sometimes I feel that I'm too tired for this. I'll see you in the morning.
Okay. He kind of curls up next to you.
Scratching behind the ear.
Anybody else doing anything? Who's doing first watch? If we're letting Ravik sleep. Okay, yeah. Kieran, go ahead and make a perception check.
Karen, I trust you with my life.
If you beat the DC by 5, it's good for the night.
That is a natural 18 plus 8.
Oh, yep, that beats it by 5. Yep. Okay. So Kieran's first watch goes, and Kieran, you realize that like, aside from occasional, like even the goats are not nocturnal, so they're kind of quiet during the night. Like, occasionally you hear one bleeding. And you get the sense that like having 7-foot tall goats all over this mountain is keeping a lot of the dangerous predators away. And so you wake up others for watch, but the night goes mostly perfectly fine. You go to sleep. Next watch comes, and then morning rises, and Ravik, your hit points are returned to normal after a long rest, as you all come to.
We were getting kind of mouthy with that guy. I was afraid he'd like start throwing spells and.
Well, so he has no.
There is the potential.
He has no offensive like. If you know anything, if one of you were a wizard, you would understand that he has the ability to do very powerful magic, clearly. But it's highly specialized, and he was using a wand to cast a very basic cantrip.
Yes.
So like he doesn't have the full. He's a hedge mage. He's like pieced together his knowledge from grabbing,
like a weather wizard.
Yeah, like a weather. He's just like pieced together his knowledge in small parts, and he just doesn't have the training to. So he wouldn't have been able to fight off too much. Now Petra would have been pretty strong if you decided to fight them. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say it's like oh, he doesn't know what he's doing, and then he like summons a thunderbolt elemental like that.
Yeah.
When you all wake up and Dula say there's like this patch of herbs that seem to have sprung up overnight that he is cultivating. And he's like taking them from it.
Oh, hey, is that sage you got there?
Oh, yeah. It's this new thing with the magic, so.
That is extremely impressive.
I don't suppose you could spare us a sprig of that or so. I like hanging it above the door.
Yeah, sure. I'll give you some.
Yeah, Bonnie will hand a little sprig of
But you
sage.
see,
Well, does the herb travel with you when you go?
The herbs are fine, but I have to. The potions I make only last 24 hours.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So I think the herbs can stay long term, but
So they're
you
just
can't
there
make
forever.
potions. You
Yeah.
just can't make potions with them.
Okay.
I imagine they have regular lifespan, but yeah, I'm gonna make potions for us.
Yay.
Yay!
Kieran's going to continue to crochet. He has picked up this from Andulicite and is now a hobby of his.
Yay! I love it. I've fashioned your little crochet hooks to look like swords.
Oh,
Yes.
I really appreciate these Andulicite.
Mhm.
I know where that is. The least I can
Thank
do.
you for
Mr.
showing me this
Rifton.
new skill.
I
This
knew
is
you'd be
something
good at it the second you tried, Mr. Rifton.
It's something I can introduce the family back to.
Yeah.
Crochet.
Yeah,
pretty good at that there, Karen. It's you could sell your wares and we get into
Kieran takes
town.
back to Eviosia like family crafts. The millennials will love it.
Cottagecore returned.
Cottagecore at Eviosia.
There's something that I'm working on that I will share later that at the appropriate time, but he's knitting something in particular.
Yay.
I make you each a elixir of health.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much, Andulicite.
So this cure diseases. It removes blinded, death, and paralyzed, and
Poison.
have it.
Okay.
And it will last 24 hours. So I'll be letting y'all know what
Nice.
potions we have daily because it will change.
It doesn't heal at all. It just cures diseases and poison. Okay.
Nope.
Yep.
Yep. I have one for healing, but I think Lucky would kill me, so I'm not doing that.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank you, and do the side. You've
Yeah.
started your morning off thinking
you see,
about
he's
it.
just like he spends his morning just like harvest and craft potion. He's just in his own little world. Yep.
Doing like the matcha grinding station.
Yeah, like literally just like come with me for my morning routine.
Get ready with me.
Yeah, I make tea for everyone and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Our everyday carry is like one Andulicite thing.
Yeah. Made tea for y'all so you get advantage on your constitution. I mean, look at this. Just
Yeah.
like it's a beautiful
First Constitution saving throw of the day, you get advantage.
thing. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
But yeah, you all wake up and eat your food, drink your tea, get your potions. Anything else that you'd like to do in this space before you travel on?
I think we're good.
Okay. All right. So you load back up on the cart and you guys are heading towards the Ring of Stones now, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
So the lake.
Stone.
Yeah. So this is south of the lake. So you guys came earlier, you were on the northern, like northeastern side of the lake. And this is the far southwestern corner of the lake. And based on the map, it looks like, Bonnie, you're following the ridge line of the mountains. To where they kind of meet the lake there. All right. So as you travel, it is a cloudy day. There's a kind of overcast building up on the other side of the mountains, enough to block a little bit of the light here in the valley. And you can tell like the clouds are slowly rising up on the other side of the mountain, and eventually they'll spill over to your side. And you think that you'll probably have an afternoon of at least some rain, if not a heavy downpour, coming off the ocean there. But Kieran was doing our perception checks to help guide Bonnie so that they don't crash the cart. So if Kieran wants to do that again.
You're so useful.
Cocked on the floor. That's an 18.
18. Nice. Okay. Yeah. So it's not too far. It's about, let's see. So it's just it's like 3 or 4 miles from the cavern. So it's just about an hour's long, careful dodging of rocks and boulders and things that have tumbled off of the mountain, and going through and avoiding the difficult terrain so that the cart can travel easy enough. And eventually you get to a place where you can see the lake spread out, and it curves up and away from you out of sight. And it's probably, I mean, the lake itself is about 12 miles in length, but it's only about a mile wide at its widest point. And so you're approaching kind of the southern tip of it, and seeing the overcast sky reflected in the gray waters, a little bit of wind rustling across the lake, sparse hedges around with some reeds and grasses and things, occasional frogs and other amphibian types going through. In the somewhat early morning, there's a couple fish that crest out of the water and splash down, but otherwise it's relatively serene here. And then you come around the south side of the lake, and you spot a weird natural occurrence. So everything else here is either rolling hills or rising up into small mountains that then rise up into the larger mountains further away. This is like a full plateau, which is not indicative of this region. It looks almost as if like one of the mountain tops, or not, the small hilltops was just like sheathed across the top. But it looks natural. It doesn't look like, it doesn't look somebody took chisels and hammers and dug it out. It just looks like it was cleanly cut off at the top. And it's based on the location of where the lake is. You think that plateau is probably your goal.
It's like Bellinor just dropped down a table over here.
Wow, that's some scenery right there.
You will have to park the cart. You won't be able to get up the plateau. And it does have fairly steep sides. So you'll have, I think that you got some kind of climbing gear, Bonnie.
Yes, I do. I have some pythons and rope and the like.
Okay, yeah. So if you want to lead the thing to lay the pythons and set the rope, go ahead and make a strength check as you're climbing up the side of the plateau.
Oh boy.
Let's go, Bonnie. She's hopping right up.
Oh, that's a 5.
Oh my gosh, she's dying.
Yeah, Bonnie. So probably what happens here.
Bonnie's a child of the plains. She doesn't do a lot of climbing.
Probably what happens here is that it begins to rain, and you get to a certain point, and you just lose all of your grips, and you fall back down, kind of tumbling down the side of the plateau.
Should we all try together as a?
Just let me try one more time. I'll confess, I'm not that used to this.
Heavy. And I can't emphasize that to you enough.
So you'll be our anchor point until we get everyone else up, and then we'll get you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, truly.
Or you could. I've got an idea. Andulasite, would you fly on your broom to the top and drop a line over for the rest of us?
I don't think the broom just flies straight up.
Yeah, it does.
It does?
Yeah, it's 30 feet fly speed. You can fly in any direction.
Oh. Well, Bonnie, here I go.
Yeah. Yep. So Andalus.
I'm like, this broom is the best thing I've ever fucking did my whole life. The little chicken, you see the little chicken of it as I go up.
Yep. Yeah, easy enough for you to fly up to the top of the plateau. And when you land up at the top of the plateau, you realize that from the ground level where you were, it looks like it's just flat across or whatever. But it's clearly it's a crater. And what you were seeing that looked flat was the lip of the crater. So something, either this is a volcanic structure and it blew at some point and the crater collapsed over time, or this is something impacted here in this space. And you're just seeing kind of you just saw the lip of it. But you're able to tie off. There's some large boulders at the edge that you can tie off the rope.
Tie it to me.
You can do that too. Yeah, as long as only one person is climbing up the rope at a time, then yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. You see, I've tied it around my waist, and I'm like, I got you.
Yep.
One at a time.
Yeah. So one at a time, you guys come up to the top, and you are now at the side of a crater that is probably half a mile wide, and it is mostly a perfect circle here on the edge of the lake. And like looking down now, you can see the whole lake spread out below you, and at the very center of the crater, there is a ring of stones. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 10 stones in a ring around the center of where the crater is. Sorry, 12. That's not
Maybe
right.
take a look at
I
it.
wrote the number 12. It's 10. I don't know why. Like it is 1000% 10 stones. Yeah.
Maybe look at it with the new goggles.
Enigma kind of pops out of the backpack and looks down. I mean, it looks kind of strange.
Could you be more specific?
Well, so if I'm not wearing the goggles, it looks like a ring of stones. If I'm wearing the goggles, it looks like the ring of stones with fog around them.
Is your icon?
Wait, hold on.
Sorry.
Sorry. Oh, there you go. I was making sure.
Wow.
No, Enigma, he says, wait, hold on. And you see him like pop the goggles back down and then pop them back up and then pop them back down and pop them back up again. How many stones do you see?
10.
There are 10. 10.
Bonnie
see-
counts them out individually.
Yeah. Do you see less or more?
Oh, there's 24 stones.
20. What?
And he pops the goggles back off and then he pops them back on again, pops them back off and pops them back on again.
Give me those. Bonnie puts the goggles on.
Okay. And Bonnie, like clearly there's 10 stones and they're not like perfectly spaced out from one another. Like a few of them look like they're kind of evenly spaced, but then every now and then it'll look like there's a wider space than there should be between two of the stones. But when you put on the goggles, you see 24 relatively perfectly spaced stones in a circle.
Oh, yep. 24 stones. Sure enough.
So does that mean some of the stones have slipped into another plane? And
I'm going to pick up a pebble and throw one at the closest.
Okay, you guys are, so it's a half mile wide. So you're a quarter mile away from the stone. So you're seeing this from the top of the lip. Yeah. So if you want to get closer, you can. But yeah, I don't think you can throw the stone a quarter mile. Yeah.
I'll get closer.
Yep. So you guys move down into the area. Okay. So as you approach, you all die. No, so
I would like to. I will say I'd like to stop us before any of us get into the center of it.
Sure, of course, yeah.
Yeah, and before where the mist starts, we're not that far.
Perfect. And if anybody other than Enigma or Bonnie has the goggles, does Bonnie have the goggles still, or did you give them back to Enigma?
I'll get back to Enigma.
Okay. So Enigma, like as you get closer, will say, oh, the mist is just coming. It's like out of the center of the stones and it's kind of roiling out and then it's like hitting the stones and then just dissipating.
oh, so
as long as you're outside the stone circle, you shouldn't touch the mist.
Stones are holding in the ether haze.
Oh, that's not ether haze. We can see ether haze, right?
Yeah.
Certain densities of it.
Enigma pats off the goggles and then tosses them over in your direction, Ravik.
Oh, okay. Let's see what you're talking about here, little buddy.
And the mist that you're seeing is this like, it's mostly like a black fog. Every now and then you get the sense of like a red mixed in with it, but it's mostly like it's fog, but it's like black in color, and it seems to be coming from the center of the circle. But it's dense enough that you can't see what its origin is, so you can't see if there's a portal there or something but these are glasses that are clearly keyed into portal energy. So this is coming from portals. It's most similar to like the moats that occasionally come out and find Ravik.
Oh, okay. I lift the glasses up and I look at Enigma. Do you see colors?
I see colors?
Are you colored? Like, how do you look at that?
I'm a purple, blue, and pink cat. Do you think I don't see colors?
Yeah. So how do you look at that and say, oh, it's just mist coming from the center of a circle?
I mean, is it not mist? Have you never seen like dark smoke before?
Do you read a lot? You can't be a bit more descriptive. We're gonna have to talk about whether or not these glasses.
Girls, you're both pretty.
There's just certain expectations on it. And I explained to the group what I see: the black mist with the red and the.
Also, when he was looking at it, he was a quarter mile away. You're right up on it now.
I got to be a little tough.
Ravik, what do you see?
And I explained to them exactly what the mist is from the center of the stones.
Okay, how fine is the mist? Are we talking like fine particles,
thick.
or is it like thick?
No, it's like a thick fog.
Yeah, it's like if you've ever seen a tire fire, like the smoke that comes off of tires, or like something that's like a very dark smoke, but instead of like rising up into the air, it's like coming out of the center and then kind of boiling out and then dissipating as it gets to the edges.
What Bonnie's trying to do is ask Ravik like questions that he didn't ask his pet.
Yeah.
Like
I wouldn't, Bonnie, here's the thing. I wouldn't explain that as a mist. You've all seen a gentle mist rolling across the lake.
I think my exact words were fog.
Early morning.
I feel like we're all missing the point. How about
Oh, and do the side. Just
how about
that's quite clever.
I want to cast detect poison and disease and see if this mist is.
Yeah. So no, you don't get any like sense that anything is that there's any kind of poison or problem with the mist.
Okay. Well, that's one thing crossed off about it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. It might still not be good, but
yeah. But you've got the rest of you, all you see are a ring of 10 stones. And if you'd like to, like what you can see without an investigation check is that each stone has several, I mean, they're very much like finger stones. So they're tall, narrow, slightly bent, and rounded at the top. They have several places where there are gemstones in them. Everything about these stones feels like they were constructed. Everything about them also feels like they were just like they popped out of the ground here. So it's like this weird, like cognitive dissonance. Like they look like carved stones, but those gemstones look like they just naturally like grew from those rocks, like the way they grow in a cavern or whatever, right? Like there's a weird cognitive dissonance about the origin of these. Every single one also has a rune carved on the like kind of towards the center of the top of the finger stone. And it's the 10 rune. No, it's the 10 different. Well, let's see. None of them are the same. It's the 10 different runes that Lucky shared, which when they talked to Weller about them, Weller was like, these are not, they're not words. It's like they're syllables of words. So it's impossible to know.
So the missing ones would form the complete sentence.
Yes.
All right.
And have Ravik try throwing the stone at one of the ones we can't see.
Sure.
Like Bonnie suggested.
Yeah. So Ravik puts the goggles on and toss one at the stone.
Yeah. See if they're corporeal when we're wearing the goggles. If it's non-corporeal.
Okay. You throw a stone and the stone passes straight through them. What you are encountering is like if you ever have the ability, like if you ever took the name of the spell that allows you to see into the ethereal plane, for instance. It allows you to see all the things that cause the ethereal plane home, which are constantly just like floating through our world and passing through our world because they cannot interact with one another. Yeah. You're seeing the same thing here. It's just you're like, if you were in the other plane of existence, you'd be seeing the other 12 stones or the other 14 stones and not the 10 that are in our world, right? So it's like you're getting an image of both of them here together because you can see what's in ours and you can also see the planar image too.
Yeah. Can you write down see if there's syllable like words on all the other ones and write?
Yeah, we're gonna go around and see if we can get all the rooms.
Yeah. And just as an explanation for how like Lucky knows enough about the way this language works, they're not syllables necessarily. They are vowel and consonant pairs for the most part. Sometimes it's a single vowel, sometimes it's a single consonant, but for the most part, it's like it's a single sound for the most part. And like that might mean you have it's very Japanese in origin. You might have a word that has a single syllable, but it actually has two sound components. Like sun is one symbol, but it has so and the n sound, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you write them all down.
Yep.
Okay. So what you can tell is like without Lucky here, and Lucky is the only one that can read anything that's infernal, is that you've got a piece of what seems like, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you've got 10 words here. That you can think of. However, you're not sure that they're in the right order. Like it seems like you have like a WH sound right next to a WA sound, and Wawa is not a word in infernal, and it doesn't translate to anything in common, right? So part of this is like rearranging the words into rearranging these syllable pairs into what seems like plausible words and then figuring out what they say. But
look at opposites, the ones in one plane versus the ones in the other plane.
Okay. Go ahead and make if you take the goggles from Ravik, go ahead and make a intelligence check or an investigation check.
Investigation is a 15.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Let me
So
put my glasses on. It's either a 10 or an 18.
Yeah. So
that's 10. So 15.
15. With 15, I'll say that you are able. I think with the 15, you're able to put together a couple of the words, but 15 is not high enough to see what the pattern is. So I think it's just like you've got all the syllable parts in front of you, and you're able. Okay, well, it only makes sense for these two to go together and these two to go together, right? So let's say you got 3 words out of it, but it's not high enough to get the pattern. Someone else would like to take the goggles and try to roll an investigation or an intelligence check. They can try that.
And do a side. You haven't really had a run.
Would the DC go down because we figured out some stuff already?
Yes. Because you have 3 pieces of the puzzle, the DC will decrease. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You don't want me doing this.
Josh, is there any way I could take some of the words and I could sending to Weller and you could figure out some of this?
So the problem is the visual.
We're translating. Yeah. Okay,
if he were here, he could look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Okay.
Weller, it's like an upside down house with a goat in it.
No.
I don't think he'd appreciate that.
But it's like trying to verbalize kanji.
Yes, it is. It's very much like that.
If we fuck up, maybe we rely on that. Okay. Maybe he can meet us back here if we fuck up enough. I only rolled an 8, so none of us built intelligence characters. I hate to tell you.
So
what's investigation?
It's intelligence or investigation.
Yeah, that was both of anything I could have used.
Okay. I will say that you've got one more shot, and Enigma will give advantage because Enigma has the highest intelligence of any of you. We'll give advantage to whoever wants to try the last one. Because otherwise, I'm either going to give you all of the syllables and you just figure it out, or I'm going to give you the syllables in the order that you see them, and I'm going to tell you what the code is. So let
Lucky make this attempt.
Okay, I'll let Lucky make this attempt.
Lucky, okay.
Because Lucky speaks Infernal, so it makes sense that Lucky would have the advantage.
With Enigma's help here, let me see.
Why does Lucky speak Infernal? No, why is that?
Know your enemy.
Why is that?
Okay,
I don't think that's why.
Because of Enigma.
I truly don't think that's why.
Okay, so it was a 4 the first time, and with an Enigma bonus, that took it up to a 19 on the die, which bakes the 20 DC. Okay, so what I will send you all is I'm going to send you the original 10 stones, and then I'll send you I'll have to
puzzle.
I'll have to make the diagram. But Lucky's able to look at it enough to see that where Kieran was able to put two of the words, like one of the words together, that there's a common thread in the pattern for how that works. So I'll send that to you guys. It'll be easy enough for you to put it up. Now, I will let you know this. Infernal has, you may read dialects. There's different dialects of Infernal. So there's a chance that what you come up with will be one of the two possible translations of this.
Okay. I like that. It's very Event Horizon, Josh.
One of the you guys are on the path right now because of Kieran's work towards one of the translations, but there will be some rolls tomorrow or the next week to see if you also unlock the second translation, because the way infernal runes are loved by magicians or wizards, because I can put an infernal rune in a place and it can actually be the conjugation of two different thoughts. So I can make something I can make two things happen just depending on what else I put it with. Right. And so there's two potential ways to read this phrase. Now I'm giving you one of them because I'm doing the common translation that Kieran already started. If we do some successful rolls next week, we'll get the other potential translation. But then it's figuring out what to do with it once you have the translation in place, to whatever you're doing in this spot once you have it. But we'll pick up there next week. Except I would like to end to this session with Kieran making a perception check.
Oh no, we're being watched.
Scary.
Perception. That is a 23.
So while everyone's kind of taking things out of their pack, trying to get writing utensils out, sketching what's on there, whatever, you're grabbing your notebook or whatever, something falls out of your pocket. Mm-hmm. And when you go to pick it up, you're like Rodney has fallen out of your pocket.
Okay.
Rodney's eyes are gone.
Okay.
Do you look for them?
Sure.
Okay. So they you find the little googly eyes that you attach to him loose in your pocket. Mm-hmm. And that's where we'll pick up next week.
The actual fun.
What does that mean?
Right.
Maybe the adhesive just wore off, but that is
haunted by rocking.
Yeah.
I think maybe Artilio was playing a little trick on you, maybe.
Why would Artilio?
I want Rodney to be an
Why would Artilio do that? Artilio is just an old man. Just wants to be left alone.
Lonely old.
I respect it.
Yeah.
It does looks like the Rodney rock. It's just the googly eyes have fallen off of it.
Scary.
I was like, maybe he loosened them or something, or part of his spell he cast.
Well, he did ask why I put the googly eyes where I put them. So if they were in the wrong end.
I have never been made so uneasy by something you said in game. This is so innocuous, and yet I'm so
The googly eyes is the thing. Like
googly eyes falling off.
You are outside a portal to a plane of existence that you do not know what plane it is.
Yes.
Translating runes that are appearing in two planes simultaneously. And what bothers you is that googly eyes fell off a rock.
I'm a man of
here we
principles, Josh. These are my principles.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Rodney!
No, he's blinded.
He's blinded.
He's been blinded. Oh.
All right. Good night, y'all.
All right, night everybody.
I love y'all. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.